Speaking. It's one of the most natural things we do. It's also the basis of a remarkable research project at IBM. This is an experimental computer system that recognizes what I say. I talk, and my words appear on the computer screen. It has the business vocabulary of thousands of words, and it even knows the difference between words that sound alike but have different meanings. Watch this.
On and off.
The only reason I ended up in Kingston, New York was because of my job at IBM. After working there for 17 years, IBM decided to close the Kingston plant. Massive layoffs led up to the closing of the plant. Most people lost their jobs, although some were transferred to the neighboring Poughkeepsie plant. Both plants were hit by the massive IBM layoffs. IBM called it downsizing. We called it being fired. It's sad to see the state of most of the buildings at the former Kingston site. The last building I worked at was torn down. The remains are still there, in big piles covered by huge tarps. Although the walk down memory lane was sad, life goes on. I recall my friend talking about IBM pulling out and how bad it was for the area, and how many people were affected. Pretty sad. Spooky buildings. Who owns that property? My dad worked at that IBM, and I remember running around those buildings as a kid on weekend evenings when my dad needed to run by the office while we were out in Kingston. I remember some of those buildings. Ten months ago I lived in Kingston for 2 years over 10 years ago, and it was so depressing living there. When IBM was cranking, it was a good place to be. I had so many friends then. I fixed mainframes, then went into programming mainframes. Fixing then was fun because you had to understand both hardware and software and microcode. The 3080 series ended real troubleshooting, so I know it was time to do something else.